Time for a little update here on the Duster for anybody that's been following. It's been a couple weeks since we posted anything, but we have been making some progress. Bring you under here. We have an exhaust system now. Oh, what's that little guy hiding up there? So, I gotta give a big shout out to some people in this video. First of all, my brother Andrew for all the help that he's given me and letting me bring this in the shop and tie up his rack. But so he and I spent most of the day yesterday getting this custom exhaust put on there. I stand back. It's very neat, symmetrical, tucked up nice and tight. Shouldn't be any problems. It doesn't leak. It's good and solid. The guy that I wanted to do our exhaust work, who's always done our exhaust work, has sold his shop and he's semi-retired. He's going to build a shop at his house. But we've also made some progress in some other areas. I'll get this thing down off the stops here. We'll let him down. I also want to give a big shout out to Kyle Hess. I met Kyle. I tried to buy a nice Dart Sport off of him, and we couldn't come to terms on the car, but made a new friend that day, and I'm very thankful that I did, because anybody that knows anything about these A-body Mopars, all my life I've heard if you don't have the proper exhaust manifolds, there is no way, no how that you're going to get exhaust on this car. Well, I can tell you that is 100% the case. I reached out to Kyle. I asked him, I said, hey, have you happen to have a set of manifolds? And he said, well, yeah, I've got 2 sets. And he said, I'd be happy to sell you a set. Kyle, thanks again. You didn't gouge me on these, and they're in good shape. They're on the car. See, anybody that's been following, you can see some other changes under the hood. Huge shout out to Mr. Steve DiMartino. He's the best drummer between Lexington and Memphis. Promise you. Pro quality. He's also a mechanical genius. He's built cars for the Bonneville Salt Flats, top fuel drag bikes, you name it, he's done it. Steve gave my wife Sandra these beautiful original Mopar Performance valve covers. Those are not reproduction. They're genuine, old school. Steve, thanks. And, you know, I wanted you to know they're not sitting on a shelf on a display case somewhere. They are on the car. We went ahead and swapped out for a aluminum intake. I had reached out in one of the Mopar groups online on Facebook and asked if anyone had a Performer dual plane intake anywhere close to Central Kentucky. Chuck Davis, shout out to you. Didn't gouge me on the price, had what I needed, brand new manifold. So we've got that installed. And I got to give a shout out to the carb shop up in Minneapolis. I called up there, talked to the guy. I got a Edelbrock 1406 on the shelf I've had for 20 years, but it's laid around too long. It's got some issues. I reached out to him, told him what I was doing. The guy says, well, you know, I can sell you a reconditioned one. I don't see much reconditioning. It looks practically brand new to me. I told him what I was running, told him what cam, what cubic inch, transmission, everything. He said, I think I can set you up with something that will work pretty well. We took the carb literally out of the box yesterday, dropped it on the engine and bolted it up. have not turned one adjustment screw on it anywhere, and when we hit the key, it immediately fired right up. So we'll see if it'll start this morning. I haven't started it, haven't done anything. I'll let the fuel pump build a little pressure there, and we'll give her a shot. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that right there. Can't run it very long. Don't have water in it. Don't have the belts on it yet. So anyway, that's where we are. Getting pretty close. I've got some parts ordered from Year One Incorporated. Going from a 6-cylinder, we ran into more joy here, switching. Anybody see a problem with this throttle linkage? Yeah, that isn't going to work. So we're closing in on it. Hopefully next weekend we'll actually have it on the road. I'm also hoping next weekend to go ahead and put the carpet in and the seat cover on it so that we can drive it. Had intended to go ahead and put a floor in the trunk and replace the driver's side floorboard, but I'm not going to do that for now. My wife is anxious to get out and ride the car, and quite frankly, so am I. I feel like we're pretty close. We got a couple of issues. It's something that happened yesterday after we fired this thing up. It developed an oil leak, pretty severe, but I don't have a PCV hooked up yet. I'm trying to come up with a solution. I think I found one. So any Mopar purist, you'll be I think my intent for a PCV is to go and buy a Ford oil filler cap, like off of the 70s model dent side truck, and put it right there in that filler spot, and then plumb the PCV from that. Hopefully I can find a nice shiny chrome one. If not, black one will be just fine. We got to get an air cleaner on it still and the throttle hooked up. We're going to be running it for a little while without any kickdown linkage. Before I burn up the spark plug wires, I've got to tidy those up. We got some wiring to tidy up under the hood. So that's the update for now. Once again, big shout out to my brother Andrew, Kyle Hess, Chuck Davis. This has been a heck of a project so far. I knew it would be. Nothing is as simple as it appears, but I think in the end this is going to be a fun car. It'll never be a show car. That's not the intent. The intent is to have a car that's going to be one that we can enjoy. It's got some scratches, got some dings, the paint's not perfect. It's got a few speed holes and a little weight reduction here and there, as Vice Grip Garage would say. That's fine. I don't want a show car. I want something that I can take out here and drive. The intent is to get the air conditioner hooked up this winter, do a few more upgrades to it, get power brakes on it, and I'm really hoping that this car will make the Hot Rod Power Tour next year. I'm not sure where it's going to be yet. I don't think it really matters to me and my wife, but our intent is to take this little car and drive it. She says I can't call it Humpty Dumpty anymore because, well, the way it is. It's together-ish. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Try to keep them positive. Anybody that has any Duster goodies laying around. I could sure use an instrument panel and maybe some wiper transmission parts and various other goodies. So don't be afraid to reach out. Thank you, and we'll give you an update next week. Hopefully next video, maybe we can show the transformation of the interior. Thanks for watching.